NewsX and India News is on a rolling coverage and is on Kashmir. We've been there in Kashmir from 23rd. We've been showing everything that has been going on. We were talking to the locals who came together to support the people, to support the initiatives also that have been taken by the government, and also coming together to condemn the barbaric attack that happened on tourists, which left 26 people, tourists, dead and 17 injured. And now to talk more about it, to give more perspective, because he himself was on ground. He was in ground zero. He was with the Home Minister. He was on ground to take to help the tourists, also to give confidence to them, to bring confidence to them. We are joined by Advocate Salman Sheikh, who is also the district president of the Srinagar BJP unit. So welcome to NewsX. My first question to you would be, the Prime Minister has clearly, vowed to bring the perpetrators to justice. He was in Bihar. He even said that he will identify, track and punish the terrorists. Now, according to you, there have been many diplomatic steps have been taken, like the suspension of Indus Water Treaty, expelling Pakistani diplomats. Now, according to you, the president itself and the BJP Srinagar unit, how do you perceive these measures? What impact do you foresee on the region's security and diplomatic relations per se, sir?
See, first I believe that whatever Prime Minister Modi has promised in all these years, he has delivered it. So this is the time we need to have trust on him, we need to have faith on him. He will soon track down all these perpetrators of terror and the propagators of terror, and they will be dealt with the iron fist policy, that is for sure. And we will give an example to the world that if you try to pull any terror-based activity in our region or in our land, you will not be spared and you will be taken on task.
And sir, also, you were on ground yourself. The Union Home Minister also was on ground. He even recently chaired a high-level meeting emphasizing the implementation of Zero Terror Plan. And as a district president yourself, because you were on ground zero, you were seeing everything personally uphand itself. How do you plan to support and facilitate these initiatives at the grassroots level in Srinagar?
See, first, it's a longer vision. See, it's the narrative we are trying to create from since last 5-6 years. Since abrogation, we are trying to create, the narrative how we are trying to make people inclined towards the nationalism, and how we are making people. You see, before 2019, you have seen that we have. If you are a nationalist or you were holding an Indian flag, people would have. There was some segment in the society who used to boycott you, who used to create ruckus, and who used to threaten you for your life and for your family. Now you see, after 2019, everything has been changing. If you're a nationalist and you can come up open in the ground, come up open in the air, and you don't have to be, you don't have to hide your emotions, you don't have to hide your sentiments towards your nation. So we have seen a Home Minister has come here immediately on the same day when the incident took place, and he held a high-level security meeting, and the purpose of meeting was to get the more detailed and integrated, intrigued nuances of the situation. He was trying to take the situation on the ground, what is exactly happening, and where we can work on, which contours to work on, which parameters to work on, and how we can track them down, and how we can, in future, protect our region, and how we can put an example that that no one should come and. Yeah, I'm not getting.
Given the Union Minister was here, he even recently co-chaired a high-level meeting itself. He was on ground zero. He met the bereaved families. He met the deceased. He met the families also of the deceased. He met the injured itself. And you were also on ground zero. Now, how does, as the district president yourself, you plan to support and facilitate these initiatives at grassroots level in Srinagar?
See, since we have seen after abrogation of Article 370, since 2019, we have seen a major change. People are coming, the societies are coming, different sectors of society are coming and showing their support towards nationalism, and we have seen that there is no threat to your life or to your family or to your properties. As you have seen in the past, if you were open about the nationalism and if you were open about your love towards nationalism or patriotism, so you have seen there was a segment or there was some elements, in the society, whether national elements or whether elements who were trying to create fuss and chaos in our democratic and peaceful setup. So what we have seen in after abrogation of 370, people are very open about their love for nationalism, and the patriotism is on the peak. And you have seen we are working on the narrative from last 5-6 years, and we will still work on the narrative, and we'll still facilitate a platform where everybody can come and opinionate and condemn such acts and show their love for the nation and condemn any anti-national acts or anything which is proposing terrorism, propagating terrorism or separatism in this region.
And sir, also very importantly, with the upcoming Amarnath Yatra and the heightened security concerns, what specific strategies is the BJP Srinagar unit advocating to ensure the safety of pilgrims and even prevent any potential threats during the pilgrimage?
See, first you have to understand we have complete faith in the administration and the police setup, right? The forces are working in their full capacity and efficiency. Second, we see that we have put our workers everywhere in every corners in the Srinagar, in all the districts. So they are always available. Whether when the tourists come or somebody from the outside come here, we are there to facilitate whatever the service, whether it was food, room, rents, accommodation, anything. So we will ensure if we are putting out the helpline numbers and the hotline numbers, that's going to work for 24/7, and that's going to be there. And people will come and they can call us any point of a time whenever they feel whatever they feel like. So that is an additional help from us from the Bajpa unit, from the BJP unit. Rest, when we see the government and the administration, we have seen they have managed the yatra in all these 5 years. We have seen they have managed the yatras and the the people coming from outside very well, and there is no such lapses where we need to work on. But we will be more careful. We will be more cautious, and we will take extra precautionary measures this time.
And sir, also given the recent surge in militant activities in the area and even government's commitment to a zero tolerance policy against terrorism, what collaborative efforts are being made between the BJP Srinagar unit and security agencies to address local security challenges effectively?
See, I think we are a political party. So when it comes to security narratives, we can only work on the ideology and we can work on the narratives, right? We can't go deeply into the statecraft because government and the policing and the home departments work separately. We work in a separate entity. We work in a separate platform. So when it comes to the security scenario, we are trying to promote nationalism. We are trying to condemn and give people that kind of a courage that they stand strong against terrorism or any such activity which is not in the favor of which is not in the interest of nation, right? So we are working on a narrative and on the ideology and to create an ecosystem where everybody is a nationalist, where everybody cherishes the love for nationalism, and where everybody is condemning, like we have seen on all these 2-3 days, all the sectors, driver association, hoteliers, shikara association, everybody coming out on the street and condemning them, mazammat ki hai sabne in logon ki. And we have seen they have come stand strong, and they have come as a vital force, a force where they have shown the world that Kashmiri is Kashmiri people of Kashmir are against terrorism. They don't endorse or promote terrorism at any scale or at any corner. And we have given the message to the globe that if anybody will come here, we will not tolerate it, we will not take it.
Clearly, I'll also want to add, definitely even I'll want to add to what Sada said. Clearly, we were on the ground, we were talking to the locals itself. They were marking days as Black Day itself. They closed their shops. They were on ground on the 23rd. They were wearing black shirts. They were wearing black flags, even black scarves also, to mark that day as Black Day itself. Now sir, very importantly, the recent attack has also led to a significant exodus of tourists from region, impacting the local economy. Now what measures is the BJP Srinagar unit proposing to restore confidence among tourists? Because we've been seeing that you are also on ground talking to the tourists, to making them gain confidence. And also, how do you plan to support the affected local businesses itself? Because we've seen you on ground, you were talking to tourists to make them feel safer. You were also sharing that your number to them to give them a sense of confidence. So what more are you planning to do, and what have you been doing?
See, it goes hand in hand whether the local business and tourists staying here. So first it is connectivity, connecting to the more and more tourists and giving them confidence and showing support towards them. It's just like when you go to them and you talk to them, they are comfort, they feel comfort, they feel that somebody is here for them. So we are trying to connect more and more tourists, we are trying to connect more and more people, workers, our cadre is going to the hotels, we are going to the tourist spots, we are trying to have more and more interactions. What we can do, as much as we can do, we are doing that. And when you talk about the local businesses, the tourists will come, the confidence will be restored among the tourists. They will again have that kind of an, I mean, it has happened. What has happened cannot be we cannot even compensate it what has happened in any way. So this is the worst incident a mankind has ever seen, or Kashmir has ever seen. One of the worst incidents that Kashmir has ever seen. So I believe this massacre will have an impact. Of course, it will have an impact, but slowly and gradually we'll come out of it, and we will have the tourists coming again. We are talking to them. Our hotline numbers are there. Our helpline numbers are there. I'm personally talking to every tourist on my social media website, on my social media handles, on my WhatsApps, on calling. I was getting calls last night. I was taking calls up to like 2:30. So there are people who have done the bookings and they want to cancel the booking. So we are trying to tell them that you need to have the belief in the LG administration, in the government, and in the home department. So we will be very careful this time, and we need to basically, you have to win their confidence, and that will only happen when you are there with them, when you show the support, when you stand strong with them. So that's what we are doing, and that's the Carter will do.
And sir, before I move on to my last question, I would like to make an appeal to the public who might be watching you on TV. Many tourists might be watching us on TV right now. Any message you would want to give them if they are planning a trip to Kashmir, or there is something in their mind? Any appeal, just you to the public itself.
See, what has happened is something that cannot be overlooked, or it's not something that we can just forget. We will always remember this in our heart as a pain, and it would be something that we will always mark as a black day. But there's one more thing to it, that Kashmiris stand firm against terror. Kashmiris stand firm against anti-national elements, and Kashmiri believes in humanity. They believe in the love. They believe in the peaceful ecosystem of all the religions, and we want you to come here and be part of us and be part of this region, and we would be here to serve you like our family, like our own people.
And sir, before we let you go, because I know you've been on ground, you've been working, my last question to you would be, considering the very recent current security dynamics and even the central government's very strong and stern stance also, what is the BJP Srinagar's unit's roadmap for the coming months to enhance community engagement, ensure public safety, and even promote peace in the region?
So we are trying to have more and more communication with the tourist. We are trying to have, we are making more social media handles where we can be approaching people from outside of state, and they will be connecting us on the communicating centers. We have Instagram handles, Instagram pages, and we will be issuing a proper channels where they can communicate to us, they can connect to us, and then eventually we will have a better connect among all the states, all the people from different states. So that way you can enhance their belief, you can enhance the communication, you can talk to them, you can give them that confidence and the support, and eventually they will be coming here, and Kashmir will be back to the normalcy. But what has happened. I mean, that can never be changed, and that will always mark something which is a black spot in the history of Kashmir.
Thank you so much, sir, for talking to us. So yes, viewers,